Hello, my name is Craig Boyden. I'm a local Aotearoa businessman. I've been invited along to this group today to discuss the question, why do we live in the Aotearoa district? For the purpose of today, we were asked to answer that question of why we live in the Aotearoa under 5 main headings. Our first one was infrastructure. I'll just refer to my notes from time to time. We were blessed that Dannevirke and the Aotearoa district of Woodville, Paiatua and Eketahuna were all the rural hinterland. So we had a very, very good infrastructure put in place by our forefathers, which has been well maintained to present day. We've had to make the odd little adjustment here and there, but our infrastructure is marvellous. We are very, very lucky to have what we have, to the recent time of having an infrastructure that includes our IT connections, in the main street of Dannevirke at the first part, and I understand it's going through the Aotearoa. We have CCTV in our main street, which has made it a very safe place to live. So infrastructure reasons, it's a great district to live in. Social reasons are next on the list. It's about community spirit that initially gets us here, I guess, here today, and keeps us here in the town and the district. Our community spirit stems back to our forefathers, I guess, who decided to live in this area. They came here with a vision to create a great place, and they've done a wonderful job in doing that. So socially, it's safe. It's a town and a district where you know so many people, and that certainly helps in bringing up a family. So from a social perspective, it's a spirit that keeps us here. Economically, it's viable to be here because of the low cost structure of being here. You only need to try and establish a business in another area to realise that Aotearoa has a very low cost structure in developing all sorts of business. Personally, I'm doing a development here at the moment which would not be economically possible outside of this district. So Aotearoa has this great economic benefit of being, well, I won't say cheap because that makes it sound like it's cheap. It is not cheap, it's just very economically viable to be here. We have a wealth of knowledge. Many of our business people and team leaders that run the district have been here for many years. New Zealand class in many respects. In fact, just recently we have won awards for the businesses that operate in our district. So economically, we have a human resource which is second to none throughout the country. Environmentally, Dannevirke's well known for its rain, as is the Aotearoa. However, it's a huge economic benefit to our town and our district to have a great rainfall like we have, and to have the great clean environment. It's been said today in our group that even the painters and artists of the world could feel and see the fresh air that operates or circulates, I should say, sometimes circulating with a little bit of velocity as well. But that helps us power the rest of the country with our windmills that are sitting up on top. So environmentally, we're clean, green, and a little bit wet and windy, but of course that helps our farming community greatly. We're very central in the Aotearoa. Dannevirke, the top end of the Aotearoa district, is on State Highway 2, and we have almost double our population every day. So from a movement perspective and getting our goods and services around the countryside, and also being part of the transit network, Dannevirke, Woodville and Paiatua and Eketahuna being on state highways benefit hugely from its central location. Cultural reasons. Dannevirke, like the rest of Aotearoa, has been a very diverse cultural area, originally settled by the Scandinavian people. We are very culturally accepting in the Aotearoa district. We have a couple of different iwis that operate out of the Aotearoa district. That gives us a cultural significance back to our marriedom. And of course, we have now a cultural movement or make-up from all parts of the world. We started, as I say, in Scandinavia, and now we have very accepting of those cultural differences. We've recently heard about the Paeatua district, who back in the mid-40s embraced the Polish community after the war. So we're very embracing, we're very welcoming, and culturally we're extremely out there. We don't mind people from different cultures. In fact, we benefit hugely by it, and so do our families. The vision of where we're heading in the Taurua district. We believe that we can in our group have an economy which is self-perpetuating, if that is the right description, and that we are large enough with our 17,000 people that we hope to grow into 20 and beyond in the near future, to have a vision where the economy helps itself. Self-help was the key word in our little meeting over there today. The vision is that if we look after each other, the long-term benefits to the Taurua district will be huge. Technology, we've embraced it. It was one of the first places in the country, the Taurua district, where they developed sawmills, I understand, and cut down all the trees that used to be here in our land. That's why our soil is so fertile. Today, that technology is in a different form, and we have it right at our back door. In fact, as I mentioned before, we have it right down our main street. And we hope to expand that in the future to take in the manufacturing parts of Dannevirke so they can benefit from the ultra-fast broadband and the other IT things that, given my age, I don't really know how they work, but they do work and they take you to the world. And every day we deal with people in Taurua from around the world. The opportunities and the resources that we have, both human resources we spoke of earlier and the natural resources that the Taurua district has. We talked about wind and generating electricity from the Taurua and Runi ranges. We've also recently struck oil, I understand. I don't know if it's quite as blatantly described as that in the media, but the Ngāparu oil well had some very positive results, and we're hoping to see them back very, very soon. And it would just be wonderful to be like the Taranaki, and Taurua is very optimistic about having oil and gas exploration developed further, which will include a lot of employment opportunities for our local people. And it's literally, and I will quote Mr. Tag Oil, who said there is a river of oil underneath the Taurua district. Great to hear. Obviously, it's a great district and a great place, but we can improve upon ourselves, and we acknowledge that. And I guess self-improvement is something that we all should take heed of. We believe that we need to lift our district profile. Taurua was brought together with the amalgamation of various councils. That's quite a few years in the making now, and we believe that we can improve upon the Taurua district by moulding that family of towns and districts together better than what we have done. So we need to improve upon that. We've got some great thinkers, they tell us, in our group, and I'm sure that that's true. There's lots of very innovative people here in our district, and we need to take advantage of that by having a think tank developed for the Taurua district, so that all those great ideas might not be necessarily implemented on the day, but to be put on paper and worked through with a master plan. And of course, technology will help us no end in that. The education and training of our youth post-secondary school is hugely important. We have acknowledged that we are losing our youth of the district outside of Taurua to take advantage of educational benefits around the countryside. We need to keep them here. We've acknowledged that they're great spenders, they're part of our families, and it's very, very nice to have them around. And as a father of 3 young men from 17 to 22, I could think of nothing better than this district being vibrant enough and having enough industry to employ my 3 sons in the future. So we're looking to improve our educational prospects to make sure that our youth stay and or return. In order to prioritise all our great ideas, obviously we need to, as my sons say to me, move on, Dad. And I think we need to move on in our district now and develop the cohesion, a forward movement. Cohesion was the key word, think Taurua. There has been, to be critical, there has been thinking of Dannevirke. I've mentioned it more than I have Woodville, Paeatua and Ekatahuna, but we need to think Taurua and we need to think cohesively as one place, and we need to brand it and to look after what we have. Whilst we acknowledge that growth is very, very important and we need to encourage new business, we need to look after what we have and maintain it. Our forefathers put the infrastructure and the nous in place to create these 4 lovely towns of Taurua. Now we need to make sure that we have enough people going forward, and 20,000 is our target on one of our little post-its there, of potentially the amount of people that we could grow to and beyond to take advantage of what we have here. So, and growth thereafter, and businesses that are here to grow them. We think that if every business in the Taurua district were to take on 1 extra employee, that would create necessary numbers to get to our 20,000 and to maintain not just the infrastructure. I think it's important that we all felt that there's so many things that we have. We have 4 bowling clubs. We have 4 rugby clubs. We need to maintain them. We need people to maintain our population base and our schools. We do not wish to lose. So growth is important from within, and we'll also do importing. It's most important that we will import businesses into our town and our district, so that if there are businesses out there, the feeling of our Pukatoa group was that we perhaps need to entice them to come here and to make them feel welcome and financially beneficial to be here.